All right there, guys. So today, making a quick video. Shouldn't be too long. Just wanted to give it a little tip that I had just recently gotten about doing some brass cleaning and shining. So I'll show you a picture of some brass I have that are ready to be cleaned. 223 brass. As I mentioned in one of my other videos, I have been using this Hornady one-shot brass cleaner, and I've had pretty good luck with it. I mean, I haven't had really any problems. A couple of minor things. I did notice that after the brass dries out, I typically leave it dry overnight after I clean it with my ultrasonic cleaner. After it dries, it kind of dulls. The shine is just not there anymore. And I really don't care too much about the shine in my brass, except for it makes it easier to find problems or imperfections with the brass. So if there's cracks or if there's dents or anything that you want to check out, it's a lot easier to see in brass that is clean and shiny. So it's not really just to make it look good. It's actually a practical use to actually make it easier to spot imperfections or defects in the brass as time progresses. So I have noticed that. Now I have noticed as well that if I put it inside a Ziploc bag, which I do with all my sorted brass for storage, if I clean it, dry it, and then put it right in the bag, it stays shiny. I guess it's something in the air that makes it tarnish. So a tip that the other thing I've noticed with the one shot is that it does leave behind kind of this sort of a small film inside the brass. So when you're sizing or whatever, and you go to clean your brass afterwards, you will notice that it's picked up kind of a film from the one-shot cleaner. And I do follow the instructions. So the instructions on the back say to use a ½ ounce of the cleaning solution for every 20 ounces of distilled water that you use with it. So, and I do follow those instructions to a T. I have a little measure that I use for the water and for the actual solution as well. So I'm going to put in another video, probably somewhere in the corner here as I'm talking, that'll show you my ultrasonic cleaner. It's nothing fancy. I got it at Harbor Freight on sale. But I do like the way that it cleans the brass. So I have talked more about my process in another section, so I won't really go into that as well. But what I did find is a couple of the forums, and there are a couple of videos on this, but it's this Lemi-Shine product. And so it's actually a dish detergent booster. And I've seen several people say that if you sprinkle a little bit of this, some Dawn dish detergent into your ultrasonic cleaner, get the water warm and deoxygenized, throw your brass in there, and supposedly it does a better job cleaning and shining. So a couple of advantages. If this works, you're going to find out with me if it works. So a couple of things. So it's non-toxic. So it's better for the environment. You're throwing out the water when you're done with it. You know, you're not going to be throwing in hazmat into the ground. It is a lot cheaper. So as of the time of this video, the Hornady one shot here, it's 32 fluid ounces, and use about I actually use about 1 ounce every time I clean brass, and it's about $25 here locally. So again, it's not a terrible cost because it does last a while, and you can buy it in a bigger container, but it's a lot more expensive than this Lemi-Shine. I think was like $3 or $4. So depending on if it works or not, it'll be a lot more economical. And if it works better, that's great as well. Because the other thing that I've heard about it is that it works faster, so you have to do less cycles. So because my ultrasonic cleaner is a Harbor Freight version, you can turn heat on or off, but you can only go up to a 480 second cycle. That's the longest you can have it go automatically. So typically what I've had to do with the Hornady one shot is do 3 cycles. And I usually only will put 20 pieces of brass in 223 at one time. So if I can do it faster with the Lemi-Shine, mixture with the Dawn, then that will be another advantage. So it'll be faster, it's greener, and a little bit more economical. So those are kind of the three things that, if they work out, great. If they don't, no big deal. I'll go back to using the one shot. That doesn't really bother me too much. One thing to notice though is, if you are going to use the one shot, make sure you use the cartridge case formula and not the parts cleaning formula. They are different. The other thing I'm going to try this time is, I got this little container at Walmart. And what I was looking for was kind of a large mouth container where I could fit my hand in there. And I'm going to use isopropyl alcohol and fill this up with a funnel. And when I'm done cleaning the brass, this is, again, a new process that I've read about that I want to try. I just dunk the clean brass into the isopropyl alcohol in this container, swish it around a little bit, and then pull them out. Supposedly that helps them dry faster. Because the alcohol absorbs, not absorbs, but helps dissipate the water, makes it cleaner. Because part of what I do in my process is I clean it one cycle, and then I'll take it over to the press and I'll actually deprime everything, and then I'll finish the cleaning cycle with one more cleaning cycle. So in the ultrasonic cleaner. So if that works, you know, obviously I don't want to get a lot of water in my press into the dyes, so I'm hoping that the isopropyl alcohol will maybe help with that. And again, it hasn't been a big deal, so this isn't like something life-changing, but it is something different. So with that, we'll go over and test it out. I did quickly want to show a before picture of the brass. It is kind of hard to tell. You know, it's not terribly dirty, but it definitely is dirty. There you can see the carbon with the naked eye. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up as well as it could. All right, so I've got the first cycle done. I don't know if you can really tell here. They do look cleaner. I wouldn't call them perfect after this first cycle, but they're definitely a lot cleaner than they were. Pretty shiny. So next I'm gonna deprime them and run them through one more time and see what happens. All right, so they just came out of their bath. Looking pretty good, actually. As you can see, very shiny. These ones have been out of the bath for a little bit longer. You can see not quite as shiny because they. Looking at the primer pockets, did a decent job. I would say it's comparable. Again, this is 2 cycles of the Lemi-Shine and Dawn detergent. The water definitely was all dirty, like it gets with the one shot. So I'm going to go ahead and dry these up and give them one last look after they're nice and dried out. Alright, so now they're fully dry and washed, and I have to say they look pretty good. I don't see any issues with using that formula. Everything came out really clean, came out shiny. Using the alcohol, I didn't Didn't see any, I don't see any water spots now that they're dry. And all in all, I think it's looking pretty good. So, using the Lemi-Shine, thumbs up. Alright, so here's the check 24 hours later. Still looking really shiny. Still looking really good. I'm impressed. So now I'm going to do a quick experiment. I have these 308 brass here that I had accidentally left overnight in the one-shot cleaning solution, and it came out really badly tarnished. I put them in a few times to try to clean it up and just hasn't done it, so I'm going to try it and see what happens. Not expecting a lot, but if it works, great. Alright guys, so final verdict here on the Lemi-Shine. Did an excellent job. Well over 24 hours later, they're still very shiny, very clean. Did a great job in the primer pockets and keeping that shine. The really cruddy ones that I was hoping it would clean up, it did a little bit, but they're still nasty. But again, that was on me. That was my fault. But anyways, final verdict, Lemi-Shine works really well. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and thanks.